Welcome to Mindful Movement for today. We are continuing from our meditation, which happened just a moment ago, which was inviting in a lunar breath or Chandra Bardhana, breathing in through the left side body, breathing out through the right. We're going to continue that through our flow today, a little bit more of a cooling energy, meaning we are going to be moving a bit slower and more mindfully through the postures, ending with a restorative sequence. So to enable that restorative sequence to be most restful for you, the invitation is to find either 2 pillows or 1 bolster. That's the width of that bolster. And or coming to eventually stack 2 pillows, perhaps couch pillows, up against one another. And option is always there to be able to have blocks available to you as well anytime during our flow today. And it's always comforting to perhaps just have a blanket nearby as well. So since we already warmed up a bit in the last part of our flow, we're actually going to begin standing. So take a moment to make your way into a standing position. And before we settle here, maybe just take a moment and separate your feet wider than your hips. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Kind of notice how you're landing in this moment. Side to side, side to side. Also, maybe you'd like to invite your arms into this too. Awesome. Breathing in and breathing out. Right. So then coming to take a gentle pause in the center, release your arms toward the earth and maybe start to shake your wrists out a little bit here. Kind of warm everything up. Maybe rotate through your shoulders. Rotate through your shoulders in the opposite direction, circling them out as you see fit. And then coming to take a gentle pause right where you're at. Reach your arms out and all the way up overhead. Exhale to release your arms down. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale to release your arms down. This last round, rotate your wrists just like we did in the warm-up. Breathing in as you're rotating your wrists in one direction. An option to rotate as you breathe out. And then come to take a gentle pause here. And then begin to transfer your weight into whichever foot you'd like first. And we'll start with one side of your ankle. For me, I'm starting on the left side today. So taking a moment to rotate through your left ankle. Maybe start to rotate through your left hip. Maybe noticing any movement that you would like to invite. Take a pause here. Let's switch sides. Rotate through the right ankle, through the right hip. Make sure you're switching sides. And then come to take a pause. Option to maybe take a moment to find some stillness. Maybe you're drawing a bit, kind of almost like rocking or tipping a little bit side to side. Any movements here that might feel restful for you. You have the option of making some circles in any direction with your hips perhaps. So noticing what resonates best for you here. You can make these circles big or small. And then coming to take a gentle pause. Start to circle out through your wrist just like we did a moment ago on our warm-up. Hearing and welcoming any sounds that accompany this movement. Maybe option to rotate through our shoulders. Rotating them forward and back, making these movements big or small. And then come to take a pause here. Take a semicircle with your neck from side to side. Semicircle from side to side, right ear to right shoulder. Chin draws down as you breathe in. Left ear to left shoulder. Meeting in the center on your inhales and rotating side to side, perhaps on your exhales. And then coming to take a moment here, just allow your hands to come in front of where your heart is in this moment. And as you breathe in, reach your arms forward. And as you breathe out, bring the hands back in. Inhaling, arms reach forward. Exhaling, hands come back in. Maybe you're bringing your knees into this. So inhaling, straightening your knees. Exhale to find that bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to find that bend. Inhale to straighten and lengthen, perhaps exhaling to bend into the knees. Any amount that feels comfortable. Stillness also works. Just linking the movements with your breath. And the next time you take your exhale, come to pause. Flip your palms to face the earth. And on your in-breath, reach your arms to the sky, maybe look up. Exhale to reach your palms down. Same options here. Maybe you're reaching your palms to the sky, finding length through your side body. And as you exhale, perhaps finding that bend into your knees. So noticing what feels best here. Option to stay standing, maybe that soft bend in your knees. Anything works, but breathing in, arms reach out and up. Breathing out. Breathing in. The next time that your palms face toward the earth, if you had a bend in your knees, come to straighten them slightly. And then take a moment to draw your elbows, keep a bend in your elbows, palms face one another. And as you take your next inhale, you're spreading your fingertips out to the sides, almost like our 5-pointed star. As you exhale, invite in a hug. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, hug. Inhale, find that 5-pointed star. As you exhale, invite in that gentle hug. Inhaling, 5-pointed star. And exhale to give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms reach out, and then slowly release your hands down. Taking a pause here. Noticing any residual sensations. Maybe you still feel that movement in your arms. Maybe you still feel some movement in your legs if you are moving them also with it. And then on your next breath in, taking a moment here, reach your arms out to the sides and then turn your right toes out to the right side. Start to hinge your fingertips forward, finding your triangle. Inhale up and back, a reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale up and back, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale up and back, reverse triangle. Stay here, turn your toes to face me. Both hands reach toward the sky. 5-pointed star in the middle, rotate through your wrists. Switch them in the opposite direction if you haven't already. Take a pause, release your hands down. Take a moment here. Invite your left arm toward the sky. Bend into your left elbow. An option to reach your right arm, and maybe it's making contact, taking a little bit of a side bend here. And if you want to bring your feet a bit more together, you may. Just noticing how this feels in the side body. Inhale to reach your fingertips toward the sky. Take your step out to your 5-pointed star. Pause, circle out your wrists. Circle out your wrists in the opposite direction. Awesome, take a pause. Circle through your shoulders, maybe the same way or maybe different ways. Checking in, noticing which resonates most with you today. Finding stillness here. Reach your arms out to the sides. We'll take our 5-pointed star flow in the opposite direction. So reach to your hand and then find your triangle here. Inhale up and back, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale up and back, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, up and back, finding your reverse triangle. And then coming to one last time, triangle. Inhale, up and back, reverse triangle. Turn your toes to face me. Opposite arm reaches long against the other. Arms back into a T. This time, take your right arm alongside your right cheek, bend into your right elbow. Option to reach that left arm alongside. Maybe it's making contact with that right elbow, but it doesn't have to. It can just reach toward the sky. And then take your side bend toward the left here. Breathing in, expanding and opening toward the sky. Maybe you're looking up toward your moon or your stars tonight, or whenever you're doing this. And on your in-breath, reach your arms out and all the way up. As you exhale, start to hinge at your hips to find a forward fold. Hands can come to the floor or to your blocks. Inhaling up to find a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Plant your hands down, step your feet back, find your downward facing dog. Breathing in here. Breathing out. On your inhale, soften your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, but walk your hands slightly forward and draw your hips toward the mat, look up. Just gently. As you exhale, shift back, find a child's pose or your puppy pose. Inhale to come back up through your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Find your downward facing dog. Breathing in here and breathing out. Knees soften to the earth. Walk your hands slightly forward. Shine your hips toward the mat any amount. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, gently coming back up. Tuck your toes behind you. Shift your hips. Find your down dog. Last time in this flow. Inhale to soften back to your tabletop. Walk your hands forward. Slide your hips forward. Find just variation on our up dog. And then exhale, sink back, hips to heels, any amount. Take a moment to walk your hands back towards your knees. Take a pause as you arrive. Maybe plant your palms down, tuck your toes behind you. We're coming into toe love for a moment. Awesome. Just noticing, reach down, maybe give all your toes equal love. Reach down for your pinkies, move it out. Take a big breath in here. And a breath out. "30 more seconds right where we're at. Slowly walk your hands forward, untuck your toes, and just tap the tops of your feet onto the mat. Wake them up ever so slightly. And then come to slow that down. Option to slide your bolster in front of you. We're coming into a restorative child's pose. And then perhaps take the blanket so that it's supporting your knees and your ankles. And this is where the blocks may come into play. If you find that this bolster or your pillows are too low, you can slide the block underneath on one side or both sides. If you slide it underneath on both sides, you can kind of snuggle up into this bolster and give the bolster almost a hug directly. Just take a moment to rest on one of your cheeks. And if this position in a restful child's pose puts pressure on your hips, keep the bend in your knees, keep your hips raised, but soften down toward the mat. And begin to invite in any amount of softening here, allowing yourself to land into the shape. Perhaps as you're settling in here, you're noticing your breath slowing down and deepening, letting the breath flow in and out of you. Reducing any holding or tension. So if you're gripping in your feet like I just was, release that. Let the breath flow in and out gently. Not trying to change or alter anything at all. And then take a gentle moment, if you may. Switch your head into the opposite direction. Begin to slowly slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Start to gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat. And take a pause here. Option to bring both of your palms together. Invite the breath in. And a long breath out. Take another breath in. Breathe into the whole left side of your body. Breathe out of the right side. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I look forward to having you in class again next week. And on behalf of myself and Weston, we're so grateful to have you here. Thanks so much, yogis. See you soon.